Hi, welcome to Nina's Bag. Nina's Bag, as you may know, and if you don't, we're going to tell you. Nina's Bag is a podcast that I developed to create a safe space to have conversations about a multitude of things in our community. And my hope is that these conversations that we have will hopefully become solutions, if possible, in not just this community, but in several communities. Today, our guest, I'm so very happy to have someone that's been in the community forever. She's done things forever, but I've been hearing about all these other positive things that I didn't even know she was doing. So I immediately said, I have to have her as my next guest on the podcast. And it's appropriate because we're in Women's History Month, so it just fits. And she's one of the do-gooders that's been here but silently moving, doing her work. I just want to tell you guys just a little bit about this amazing woman. Um, so we have here, blessed to have Christine Hein.
Hello.
Yes, thank you. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this because she's been here forever. I've known her forever, but in life we get so busy we don't know what we're each other are doing. So I just want to tell you just a little bit about her background. Christine Hein has served as the executive director for People's Place, which many of us in this community know. But since 2012, wow,
2012,
that's
13 years.
incredible. That's incredible. It's a leading organization, and actually, it was a leading organization through the period of remarkable growth and transformation. And it was a staple during COVID.
Yes,
So
it was.
there are key things that you did that you probably just did, but like you were never recognized for it. So this is important to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Under her leadership, People's Place has expanded from offering 4 programs to 20 now. That's a lot. That's big movement right there. Significantly brought its impact on the community. Christine has been instrumental in the development of new initiatives, including the opening of Community Cafe, which I love. Every time I go
Thank
by
you.
there, I'm like,
Yeah, really proud of
yes.
that.
No, you
Yeah.
should be. You really should be. There's so much. This is so cool. The Wellness Empowerment Center. I
The
can't wait to
best.
talk about that. That
Yeah.
is really cool because there's a lot going on, and to have a wellness center
So
right
much.
where it
All
is,
free.
I didn't even know about
All
this.
free. Yep.
So I'm excited to hear more about that. Um, Her passion for empowering individuals and fostering positive change continues to drive the success and expansion of People's Place. That is so true
Thank you.
because I've always seen your passion. I remember when I was doing something at City Hall and you were coming in with everybody else trying to get funding, and I said, this isn't enough.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to People's Place, like
It's
on
busy.
any given day.
It's a busy place. It is a busy place. Yeah.
Yeah, so
We have over
welcome.
we have over 10,000 households in our database.
Wow.
And that's those households are all households that use People's Place. Sometimes people only use People's Place once a year for like maybe a specialty program like Thanksgiving or Project Santa, or maybe just 1 month they just didn't have food and they came into the food pantry. And then there are others that come all the time. Like some people we see every single day because
Wow.
we are not just, I mean, when people think about People's Places, it's a food pantry, it's a
Mhm.
thrift store, it's with the community cafe, the wellness center. But really, we are a hub for the community where a lot of times people come in every day just to have human contact, just to have somebody
Wow.
ask, how are you doing?
I didn't even think about
Oh
that.
yeah, all the time, same people you see, you can call them by name. It's like, how are you
I
doing
love that.
today? What's going on? It's like a little community within the community.
It really is. And when I actually turn down that street, there's always stuff going on. And it's always
Yeah,
positive. Like it there's so many people that need things, services,
totally.
etc. But you are
Yeah.
doing the on the ground work. You're doing the what do they say, feet on the ground? You are
Yeah,
doing it.
boots on the
Boots
ground.
on the
We're boots
ground.
on the
I
ground.
love
That's for
it.
sure.
I
That's
love
for
it.
sure. It is. You mentioned a little bit about COVID, and first of all, People's Place has been in our community. This is its 53rd year, so we're not new to the community.
Yeah,
We've
but
been
you're the
here,
face.
and
Sorry. That's what
uh,
I remember.
so 40 years, I came on our 40th year of
Wow.
serving the community. And we've grown a lot. In 2012, we gave out what is the equivalent to 100,000 meals. And last year, we gave out over 1.5 million meals through
Wow.
all of our feeding initiatives, food
Wow.
security
So tell
initiatives.
me about that. So
So,
are there certain days that you do certain things
yeah.
as
So,
far as food?
well, the food pantry and the cafe are open Monday through Friday, and the food pantry is open from 10 until 1. And then again on Wednesdays, it is open on Wednesday evening as well, 5 to 7.
See,
So,
these are the things, people.
yeah,
These are the
that's
things,
good.
and that's why we do this. These are the things that we people don't know. You know what I mean? A lot of the people that come, evidently, a lot of people do know because I always see people there.
Yeah.
But for those people that are like South Kingston or like,
And we cover all of Ulster County. And we
oh,
also have folks that come from Northern Dutchess, like the
wow,
northern part of Dutchess County. Some people down from Greene, but mostly, it's
Ulster, well,
Ulster
Ulster's a huge
County.
county.
Correct.
I
Ulster
didn't know that you
County,
service all of Ulster County. That's
all of Ulster County. As a matter of fact, we have a huge partnership with Ellenville School District. And
awesome.
we have been partnering with them for probably 10 years now, where in the summer we send them food for the Bag Summer Hunger Program that we operate out of our location here in Kingston, 17 St. James Street.
So
But
what is that? What is it called? Bags for?
Bag Summer Hunger. So it's another one of the programs we started. I think
Wow.
this is about our 10th year doing that. So what that is um, during the summer months when school lets out from the last week in June until the end of August,
Right.
we have outside food options that parents who have school age children can come to us over and above using the food pantry, and they can get breakfast, lunch, and snack foods, and they come every
Really?
week for that. So like the food pantry is open, the 5 days a week plus Wednesday nights, and people can come to the food pantry twice a month. I wish we could do it once
Well,
a week, but we just
obviously, yeah,
can't. And
obviously.
now with all the cuts that are happening and coming down,
And we don't even know what else
I was
is.
actually on the phone with the food bank before I got here, and they're already saying they don't really have a
It's
lot right
scary.
now. And I think we're in for some possibly,
It's scary.
tough times.
For
Um,
something so positive, you should never have to worry about that.
it's
Honestly.
sad. It's sad that folks who are struggling are going to get hit again.
It, it,
That's the part that's disgusting, but that's a whole nother topic.
so the
So
bags for hunger, that's 3 times a
Bag Summer Hunger.
bag summer
So Bag
hunger.
Summer Hunger goes the entire summer. So I think it's 8 weeks.
Awesome.
And people can come in once a week, and then they pick out what we have a different selection of breakfast, lunch, and snack foods each week.
Wow.
And then the parents come in. When we first started, we used to pack the bags, and people would come in and they would just take a bag and
Right.
go.
I remember
And
that.
a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I think it was 3 years, we started putting the selection for the week out, and the parents can pick what they know their
That's
kids
so
will like, so
good.
that we're not wasting food. We
Yeah,
don't want to waste something. We don't want to give
and they're gonna know.
parents something that they know their child's not going to eat.
Right.
So,
If it's
but
prepackaged already.
right, it's a great program. So we do that
It
in the
is.
summer, and then we have Bag Holiday Hunger, which we do for the time that schools are closed for the holiday break in December. So we do that in
Oh,
conjunction with
really?
Project Santa. Yeah.
So now Project Santa I know about.
That's a whole nother
But
ball of wax.
so when kids are on break, you have stuff for them for families when their kids
Yes,
are off school.
yes, for Christmas, well, for the holidays
Right.
In December,
Wow.
and then for the
That's a help
summertime.
to parents.
Yeah, and for the summertime, because it is hard, and yes, there are summer feeding programs that are part of parks, which is a great thing.
It is a great program.
But
Shout out to the Parks program in
yeah,
Kingston.
it's amazing. It's
Yes.
amazing whether it be in Kingston or at the Y or
Ellenville.
all the school districts.
Right.
All of the different parts. Lloyd
It's
has a
very
parks
important.
program, but not all children
Go to that.
can go to that. A lot of kids, the older sibs have to watch the little sibs, so they have to stay home and be the babysitter because normally,
Mhm.
the parents are at work. Everybody has to work these days.
I remember
So
so many times asking, why aren't you at the park? Why don't you do the parks program? But every family is different.
correct,
There's
correct.
different reasons for why people do what they do.
Right,
And you
right,
seem to have a knack for
right.
that
Well, so
because
this
you're developing these programs that are
Oh,
like
it's
useful.
because the
It's
programs
incredible.
that we develop at People's Place, and I have an amazing board that, kind of go along with you. I'll be like, hey, I had this idea, and we talk about it and how we came
I
to
know
the
some of your board members.
conclusion,
They are
and
pretty cool.
they are so amazing.
Yeah,
And we have a small staff compared to
you
our
do. You do
volunteers.
what you do.
But yeah, we have over 230 volunteers, and they're really the life force of the People's Place organization.
Wow.
They're amazing, and we would not be able to run without volunteers because
You
we are
have that many
basically
volunteers?
93% volunteer driven. So staff of
Wow.
volunteers, the ratio of staff to volunteers is it's a huge, it's
That's
small,
not even
small,
comparable.
small amount of volunteer of staff,
Wow.
and most of our staff is part time.
But
But
that's a great concept. I mean, things are changing so much that it's,
yeah,
it's hard for people to get volunteers, but to have that many, that's great.
it is, and
It
we
says a
need
lot
it.
about what you do, though.
We need it to because we have so many different aspects of it. But as I was saying, when we come up with, hey, should we do this new idea or that new idea, we actually talk to the different people who are coming in
The
and using our
volunteers.
services and
Oh, the
say,
people.
yeah, that the
Oh, great.
actual individuals that we're trying to help. I mean,
Right.
it would. If you create a program that nobody cares about, then you're just wasting your time, your money,
That's
your energy,
that's
everything.
awesome
You got to
to
find
get
out what
their
the
input.
community needs.
Right.
And
Right. Because there's so many different things are so different now than they were before. The needs
yeah,
of people has grown so much.
it's, and I think the other misconception that people have about People's Place is that you can only come to People's Place if you are getting SNAP benefits or HEAP or some
There are
kind
stigmas.
of
I'm so glad you
some,
brought that
yeah,
point
some
up.
kind of social service
Right.
help. And I really think that People's Place is there for all the people who fall through the cracks of social
It
services.
it's much more than that.
We're
It's
a social
even,
safety net for the folks who, a lot of the people we see are working 2 and 3 jobs,
you know,
and they don't qualify for SNAP. They don't qualify for HEAP.
yes.
They don't qualify for any
Wow,
kind
you
of
know this
rental
system. It's
assistance.
crazy.
It's nuts. And so People's Place is open to everyone. We have the food pantry, and anyone can use the food pantry that feels they have a need.
So people don't need to show anything when they come?
They have to show that they have to have identification that shows they live in Ulster County. And if I came in and said I have 3 people in my household, I have to have identification for the 3 people.
Got it. That's fair,
So,
but you don't have,
but other
there's
than
no
that,
fine. So
no, no,
so that's why
no,
I see
no.
people at People's Place. Back in the day, there were so many stigmas. If you went to People's Place, like, and I think back then it was like one day or certain days of the week. It wasn't as
hmm
blown up as you have it right now.
Yeah, that I don't know.
I
I know there were
remember those
different hours a
days.
long time ago before I was there, but I'm not sure what they were.
Right. But I remember, I always thought, or people always assumed that you had to be a
Mhm.
recipient of some kind of social
It's
service
really it's for everybody, but I really feel the folks who aren't getting help from any other programming should be coming to People's
that
Place.
are not
If,
making enough to survive, but
right.
they're not making so little that they
The
qualify.
working poor.
Yes, it's
It's
crazy.
like, how do you get an apartment? How do you buy your groceries? How do you
Everything.
pay your insurance? How do you pay your credit
Amazing.
repair? I mean, it's everything. It's so expensive. It's so expensive.
So so you said you work with your board. How did you come up with all these, like it's changed so much. People's Place is a staple that's been here, but it is like providing for the needs of the changes. Like there's so
Yeah.
many changes now. There was a time where people got vegetables only or whatever. Now
Yeah.
they're getting like meals. I see people
Oh,
come
yeah.
down my street every day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You're
the
feeding the community.
food pantry is like a small grocery store. And so
Wow.
we have it broken down by, first we have it broken down by, proteins. So that could be your beans, your legumes, your, nuts, and your frozen, meats and fishes.
You're getting
And
that
then
much
your
stuff.
dairy.
You're giving away that.
Right.
That's amazing.
Then you have your produce, which is fruits and vegetables. And then you have your grains, which would be cereals, oats, pastas,
This is
and
like a little
breads.
grocery
It
store.
is just like a little grocery store. And then we have a dessert rack that people can get
Wow.
desserts. And then within that we also have a personal care shelf where we have soaps, and it depends on what
Do
it is.
you?
It changes. It
So
could be
for
soap, it can
personal
be
needs, that's
tissues, it can be toothbrushes,
wow.
and then a little
So
pet
needed.
pantry. Right.
So needed. It's funny because a lot of professional people are coming to your place. I can't tell you how many professionals talk about, like I had a girl tell me I bought this cute cashmere hat from People's Place. And I'm like, I'm going to have to go to People's
Yeah,
Place.
you have to come.
There are
It's
stigmas where people think that you're not supposed to.
and I find that to be so bizarre, and I'll tell you why.
I love thrift
Because
shops myself.
and I've said this
Love
to
it.
people, I'll say, oh, well, you should come to People's Place, because actually the thrift store, while we do have free clothing and coat program that operates out of the thrift store, and also housewares, um, we also are open, just to public where
As a
we have a
thrift store.
charge for things. But I
Of
mean,
course.
like my sweatshirt would be $3, my shirt would be
Wow.
$2, my leggings are $2. It's not expensive. And then within the thrift store, we have a
Wow.
boutique which has higher name brand things like Coach and Dooney Burke
Do you
and
have stuff like that?
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, listen,
And
I'm making this official. I don't care what you say. When you see me coming out of People's Place, yes, it is Nina, Nina, because I've shopped thrift
well,
stores forever.
so here's the thing.
Wow.
I tell people, do you come to People's Place? You should shop at People's Place. Oh,
Wow.
I don't want to take away from people who need it. Okay, first of all, well,
We could be contributing
would
to
you go
you.
to the big box thrift stores? Yes. So why would you not come to us? Because
Right.
here's the thing. Our thrift store is our main economic engine that allows us to pay for our utilities, that pay for our dumpster fees, to pay for
Wow.
all of our expenses, because we still have all the expenses that a regular
Of course you do.
not-for-profit and business
Of course you
have to
do.
pay.
And
Um,
this is one of the reasons why I wanted to have this beautiful lady on here because for people to know that first of all we're dismantling the stigmas. We're telling people
Right, right. There
you
shouldn't
can come
be.
here.
Everybody in the community should come together. I'm going to tell you what. If you're listening to this podcast, and whether it's coming to the farm stand or the cafe, we'll talk about that later, or the wellness center, or shop in the
All
thrift
these
store.
things are at
And
People's Place, by the way.
right. And if you're saying,
Mhm.
oh, but I can go somewhere else and get something, if you come, you're helping to erase the stigma. So maybe your
Yes,
neighbor who you know really needs to use People's Place, but won't because they're
they don't know.
afraid of somebody seeing them there. Well, if you're going, then you'll be like, hey, I'm going to People's Place. I'm going to
I'm
go shopping.
definitely
Why don't you
going.
come? There's some really good bargains there. By coming and using our different programming that we have, if you're buying stuff at the thrift store, then you're not taking, you're
We're
giving, you're
contributing
helping us
to
raise money. It's our
your
ongoing
expenses.
fundraiser
And
is
see,
basically what it is.
that's awesome to
And
tell to put that out there. And that's what this space is for,
right.
to let people know that like, yes, people think of all the stigmas with People's Place, but we're eliminating them
That's
today.
that's the
Yes.
whole point of it. It's the same with we'll talk about it, the Wellness Empowerment Center, the community cafe.
Who
You
I
can make a
can't believe
donation.
it
You can
that
make a
you have
donation.
a wellness center at People's Place. Listen, if you guys are as surprised as me, I was like, what do you mean wellness center? I love yoga. Like what?
Yeah. So you want me to tell you how the Wellness
Yes,
Center
let's
came
talk
about?
about that.
Okay. So it was kind of a twisty story. All right. So first, we own the building. We have the building,
Right?
which we bought in bankruptcy court. So, then people don't think about that, but we have the maintenance of the building. We have, you have at
Of
one
course
point a
you do.
mortgage. You have all these expenses that go into, you're going to do all these services, but how are you going to do them?
Right.
Because People's Place is not a governmental agency. It's not funded by the
And that
government.
point is so very important
It's
because
so true. So many people think it is, and it's not.
when I'm
Yeah.
planning for the podcast, I think about weird things that other people don't. And that's one of the things that I said, make sure that you bring this point up because people assume that it is.
And it's not.
It's
And it's
not.
not. We're not connected to a church. So a lot of times food pantries um, are operated out of a church. So they don't have rent and they don't have utility costs. We have all those costs because we're an independent not for profit. We're a 501c3 that we received in 1988. We were started by the brothers at Mount St. Alphonsus, which is a Catholic organization.
Hmm.
And they started us in 1972, but in 1985, they left to go to Washington, D.C., and handed the operation of People's Place over to 25 volunteers.
Wow.
And in
Wow. Who knew
1988,
that? That's
yeah,
crazy.
in 1988, they got their 501c3. And
Awesome.
then it was volunteer run for a few years. And then they hired an executive director. It was part time. When I started, it was supposed to be part time.
There's no way
I
with
never
your
worked a day of
with your
part-time.
personality and your go get 'em style. Like,
But
there's no way that you could
it's,
do that
but
part time.
that's how you grow and you figure out what the people need. And so the
You
Wellness
certainly
Empowerment
have.
Center, we had this space upstairs that we were going to try to rent, and then they decided they were going to build the roundabout.
I didn't
So
even know there was an upstairs.
yes, and so we,
Actually, I'm sorry. I was in a meeting once there. That's right. And I was surprised that day. Like,
oh,
there's an upstairs here? That
uh,
building consists of a lot more than
it's
what
a,
people know.
yeah, the building is a crazy building. But so after a while, we couldn't rent it because there was so much construction. The roundabout that took like 2 years or 2.5 years. I
Yes, it
don't know what
did.
it was. So we're like, well, what are you going to do with the space? And then there were some things that happened in our world. I'll leave it at that, country, world. And people
Yes.
came in afterwards and were really upset and crying. And I'm like, what do and what I kept hearing was, we came here because we feel safe.
I
We
love
came
that.
here because we thought we knew we had somebody to talk to. We used to have this older couple that came in all the time, like every day, just to say hi.
Really? That's so
And the one
adorable.
day I was in my office doing something and somebody called and said, Mike's here. He wants to see you. And I'm like, okay, probably just to say hi.
Right.
And his daughter had come in to visit from Denver.
Wow.
And he was like, I want you to meet my daughter. And his daughter looked at me and said, I had to come and meet you because all my parents talk about is People's Place.
This is so
And it
good.
gives them something to do and some place to go. And so that's when we started looking at it. And I said, we are more than just food and clothes. We are, we are safety for people and
Safe
a place where
spaces,
people go.
isn't
And
that
then we started
important?
looking at it and saying, everybody, and then COVID happened.
Which freaked the
And
whole universe out.
and you're like, people are being sheltered and they need to have coping skills. And
There was a great deal of depression
yes,
and mental
yes,
health issues that resulted from COVID. So the
correct.
fact that you had a safe space,
Well, that was
I
when
think you
we've
were
only
that
been
way
open three
before.
years.
I
So
think I think your facility though was
we
looked at
gave people the opportunity
right.
to be somewhere. So then we started thinking about it, and that's why the name of the Wellness Empowerment Center is so important. People say, "Oh, your wellness center." It's Wellness Empowerment Center
I love that.
because the key is empowerment. So all the classes and workshops that we offer
What
are
do you
to
mean all the
help.
classes?
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh my God,
Or to educate
this is
people
bugging me
and
out.
to
Like
give them skills so that when they're home,
they can do
they
it.
can do it at home. They can,
I like that.
like, okay, I'm really feeling like, oh, I'm going to have a moment, and go take yourself out of the moment and practice the meditation skill that you may have
Which
learned.
is very
Um,
helpful
Practice when you're cooking at home, practice some of the cooking
for
skills that you
whatever
may have
trigger you
learned,
might have.
whatever it is that we
Wow.
have. So the Wellness Empowerment Center is like, it's amazing, and we have the most amazing facilitator there, Fatima Dean. I don't know if you know Fatima, and if you don't, you should come to the
I
Wellness
don't, but
Empowerment
I'm
Center
gonna
and
know
meet her
her.
because she is a freaking phenomenal human,
I
and
think
just the
that
bomb. She
the
is.
fact that you thought to do a wellness center from people from the nurturing that you actually were giving people, like that doesn't just happen. I want you to know that you have this meticulous mind that comes up with
Thank
stuff
you.
that doesn't just happen.
Well, I feel like it completed the circle that People's Place was. We're doing things for
Right.
food and health. We're doing things to shelter,
I
clothing,
love it.
things that you need at home, like pots and pans and that kind of stuff. And
They have
then
pots and oh, they
we
have
have and the thrift store.
supplies
We
like
have,
that.
yes, we have the thrift stores got everything that like a Target would have, except we don't have
Wow.
furniture and electronics. But
So if someone were getting a new apartment,
yeah, it's the best place to go. I always tell people,
wow.
if you have a child that you're sending off to college, like instead of going and buying all that stuff at Target or
Wow.
anywhere else, you should really come to People's Place. You can
I
get like
saw
things at pennies on
something.
the dollar.
I saw something the other day that somebody bought, and I was like, "Are you kidding?" It was a rack.
Uh-huh.
It was a rack with wheels on it that you could like store clothes on
Hmm.
because it like a space saver type of thing. And
Yeah.
I was like, I want one of those. They're like People's Place. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I'm gonna have her on my podcast because
Yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
things that
So
this
much
place
stuff. So much stuff.
offers.
It's so much stuff. And
The wellness center, I love that
yes,
idea.
yes.
So what happens there? Like you
So
said, programs.
yeah, so the Wellness
Wow.
Empowerment Center is on the second floor, but fear not, we have a lift. So if
For
you
people that,
have mobility challenges, you can
wow,
still get to it. We're very, very
awesome.
fortunate that we had took a while to get in, but we have it in,
I
and
know the processes.
yeah,
That's awesome.
it was great.
Another accomplishment.
And that was through, we had a couple different organizations gave us money to help pay for it. The
Nice.
Ulster County Italian American Foundation, the Lions Club, and Noble all helped us
Noble's doing amazing things
fund
in
it.
this community.
They are
You know,
amazing,
I'm gonna have
amazing.
eventually. I hope to have someone from there, because I was thinking when I was thinking about having you on the podcast, I was like, I hope that with all the good stuff that you do,
Yeah,
I hope that they're helping you. And I said, you know,
yeah,
it just makes sense
yeah.
because they do positive. They do a lot
They
of,
do so much good, so
yeah.
much good. And
We should be very
we're spinning off
grateful.
in 100 directions, but we also have a free farm stand. It's going to be starting April 15th again.
So,
It's seasonal.
so the farm stand is separate from the,
Yes, yes. The farm stand's separate from the food pantry. So the farm stand's every Tuesday morning from about 8:45 until 11 or whenever we run out of food.
Tuesday mornings. I need to make a
Tues
mental note of that.
Tuesday mornings.
Anybody can, I could just go there and
Anybody can
purchase
go. You don't have to show any ID whatsoever. There's a
like
line,
vegetables,
but
all that.
yep. So each week it changes. So it's vegetables. Sometimes it's beans and fruits, and
I
sometimes we
love
have
it.
dairy.
Is it
It
local
really
stuff? Like,
depends. It depends on the time of year.
right.
So when we start April 15th, it's mostly stuff that we get from the food bank.
Mm-hmm.
But we are so lucky to have the farm hub right here in
Mm,
Hurley,
yeah.
and they are very
That's a
generous.
magical, magical
Amazing. They're very,
connection to
very,
have,
very,
especially
very
for you
generous.
and what you
Oh,
do.
yeah, 100%. Very
Yeah.
generous, and they provide produce for the farm stand as
There's
well.
nothing better than smelling a green pepper that
Yeah.
came from a farm. I don't know what it is or any vegetable.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
love farm stands,
Yeah.
so I didn't know that you were doing that
So,
on Tuesdays.
and the farm stand that's been there probably 11 years.
I
Uh,
think that's the thing that I saw all the time. I saw people, it's
it's on
outside,
Tuesdays.
right?
It's outside.
Right.
Did
And
you have to
I
wait in
thought that was the
line?
extent of it. I
Mm-mm.
did not know about this whole food bank thing.
Yeah.
I really didn't. And
Yeah.
I do a lot in this community.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know until I actually was on the Common Council and one of the other council members, Mary Ann,
Oh, you, Marianne Mills.
yeah,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
volunteered.
She
Shout out to
volunteers at
you.
People's Place now.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
She does.
shout out to you, Mary Ann
Great.
Mills. I thought that was such a positive thing that she was
Mhm.
doing. I was like, wow, I didn't know. But I think it was for
Right.
the
When she worked for United Healthcare, they came and volunteered. Her and Ginger Davis came and
pie, cutie
volunteered
pie,
at
pie and Mary Ann, that's so
yeah,
cool.
at the farm stand.
Wow.
And so Marianne retired and now she volunteers at People's Place also one day a
That's
week.
awesome.
Yep. And she's on our community board. So
That's
that's a great
beautiful.
thing.
Very
If you're
intelligent
looking to
woman.
get involved in the community and you want to be part of People's Place, you can volunteer at People's Place or you could also be on our community board. We're looking for members for our community board.
Awesome.
Um, but so the farm stand, you all
You
you have to
said that
do is
starts, what's the date it starts
April
again?
15th
April
and
15th,
it goes
everyone.
till the end of October. And
That's so
all we
cool.
ask there is just how many people are in your household so that we know how many folks we're reaching within our community.
And that's Tuesdays
Tuesday mornings.
until like what, 11 or something you
Until
said?
about 11. It depends on when we run out of
Right.
things. So sometimes it ends at
Is
10:30.
there a mad
Just
dash?
depends.
Because
There's
like
There
I love
there
farm
is
stands. I'm gonna
usually
be
a
one of those
line.
people.
There is like I'll get there honestly. I won't lie. I get there, farm stand days 6 o'clock, six
Oh my,
fifteen in the morning. I'm
you're,
usually there by seven
oh my
thirty every
God. I'm
morning.
not talking about that
Uh,
early for me.
but yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah, and there's usually a few
Oh my
people
God.
waiting, and then the line
There's people
builds as it
there
gets
already?
closer. A couple people, like the diehards that have been coming for years, will be there. I think they like to hang out and talk to each other.
Oh my
Probably
God.
bring their coffee and
Like a
chat.
little coffee shop.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
and they
so
all know each other.
crazy.
They look out for each other. It's really, really sweet.
This is so,
Um,
I love mushy stuff like this.
yeah,
I'm a mushy
but
person, but I am a
so
person that loves to help. And to
with
know that you get
yeah,
up and get there, that early is bizarre.
with the farm stand last year, I don't know why it was the first year we did it, but for some reason I thought of it. Um,
That
we
meticulous
started
mind.
we started writing down every week what we offered at the farm stand that week. And then I had somebody look up what that costs at Hannaford
Okay,
and
so this
ShopRite.
right here we got to touch. You have a very meticulous mind, and I adore it because that's how you are seeing the amount of help that you're supporting I mean, the amount of support that you're giving people.
Correct.
So it's one thing to just give support, but to be able to, this is how you've grown.
Right. But this is how I look at things. So we factored out how much each bag was, and the weeks ranged from, I think, like a low of $59 if you took one of everything we were offering. Like
Right.
sometimes people don't like
Right.
garlic scapes, so they won't take garlic
But
scapes.
still on an
But
average.
whatever it was, and we picked the average price. We didn't pick what it would be at, we'll say example, like Walmart, and we didn't pick what it would be at maybe
Hannaford.
a higher price
Adams.
grocery store. But we pick kind of the
Oh.
middle, and also where people in our neighborhoods are going to go shop.
Right.
What's close.
Right.
So it ranged from $59 to $137 was
Okay.
the highest dollar amount of items that we offered if you took one of everything. So that means that if you came every week, you're saving, let's just say, an
Wow.
average of $75 off your grocery bill every week.
So though the farm stand is definitely lower price than these stores.
Well, it's free.
Wait, you're giving this food?
Yeah, it's free.
It's not for purchase?
No, it's free.
Oh my God. I can't wait.
No,
Wait.
anything that has to do with food at people's places is free.
Okay, see,
free,
these
free.
are the things.
So,
You're
free.
educating me because
So what
I
I'm saying
take
is,
farm stands to
for
be something I drive
free-
up and I pay for.
Oh, so for free, you're getting the value of is between 59 and
That's what the
130.
comparison.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a moment.
So
Yeah.
like if figure the average price, I never figured it out, but it's somewhere around $75.
No
But
wonder it's gone by
it's
11.
all free. So
Wow.
if you take that money there that you're
Wow.
saving, and then say you use the food pantry twice a month, because that's what you can do, and that we give
Big
at
community
least
help.
at least 3 days, at minimum 3 days worth of food, huge amount. But and you factor that dollar amount, and maybe you come and eat at the cafe, which is free.
Oh, wait,
when
I
we
did not know that either.
Yeah. So, but my point with all of this is, say I'm working, and I'm barely getting by because just
Been
everything's so
there, done
expensive.
that.
Okay.
Been there, done
But
that.
if I go and I use these different things that we offer at People's Place, you then can take that money, and if you have it that you could save it, try to save a little bit so that when your car breaks down, you have some money to to fix your car or to buy new tires, or then you have that money that you can pay your Central Hudson bill, or it's
Realistically,
all
that
these
was what
different things.
that's the direction I was
Yes.
going in.
And that's why people should come and use what we offer.
This is
It's
so
so that you can have, it's not
amazing.
just so that you can skate by, but maybe that you can build a little bit better life and get a little bit of a base underneath you.
The
You know,
times are
it's-
so different right now. Like literally Central Hudson is like
It's insane.
it's like it's almost half of a mortgage payment.
Mhm.
Honestly,
It's insane, and you
I
can't do anything about it. It's just is what
prior
it
to
is.
coming here today, I called Central Hudson and said my bill is six and change for 1 month.
They just shake their
Is this
That's what you
correct?
use.
I said, did was there an ink? Did it go up? And they were like, oh, gas did go up. So I was so blown away when I looked at my bill
So
because I'm
horrible.
like, what the heck? But you are helping people. So I didn't realize that a lot of these services people can come and get for free.
The
I
only
didn't
thing
realize
the
that.
only thing that is a cost at People's Place, if you want to look at it that way, is if you come and you buy things in the thrift store. And then the thrift store, all your purchases go to help pay for all the programmings that we do for free.
Wow.
But yeah, the thrift store, obviously the food pantry is free, Bag Summer Hunger is free, the farm stand is free, the community
The farm
cafe.
stand being free is very surprising to me
Yeah, it's
because
all free.
that's incredible.
And we
I've
don't ask
learned
for
more
ID
in
for
this
any of that.
session
Just
in a half hour than I could have ever known about People's Place. And I compliment you all the time. I know you do a lot, but you do a lot more than what even I know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is so important
great.
because, especially talking about the stigmas, because I think we're way past that. We're way past that because you just gave me information. I do a lot of advocating community work, and I deal with people that are from underserved communities, probably some of the people you deal with, people with disparities, live in areas of disparities, people that are afraid to go and get and apply for heat because they have a Spanish accent. I deal with
Yeah,
those people. I actually don't just deal with them, but I take them on the appointments so that they.
So that's the other thing, that within People's Place, we are the NOAP representatives for Ulster County Nutrition Outreach program. and
What is it?
nutrition outreach education program. It's called NOAP. Basically, what it is I have two people who we employ, who are at people's place every single day, that are there to help you fill out SNAP applications, to recertify for SNAP, to answer any questions that you might have, like, do you qualify for SNAP? Am I within the realm of it? Can I fill out my application here? One of our employees there is fluent in Spanish, so she can help individuals who only speak Spanish. We have Spanish applications. She will help follow up on the applications. We fill them out, but then they get sent to DSS. But she will follow up with DSS to make sure you're not lost in the red tape.
We have to do something together because that is one of my things.
And
Because
so every day there's somebody,
wow,
there's at least one, if not two people there to help with SNAP
so
applications or
important.
to answer questions about SNAP. And of course, if you get SNAP, then that's one of the ways you qualify for HEAP.
So this is crazy because I'm actually going to see, we need more of this. We need more community people that are doing things in the community to have conversations like this because I'm already thinking about 10 different ways that I can help people that are. I was going to sit down and fill out this application with this woman, which I probably still will.
But you can bring it,
But
but why? We have somebody who
I
does it
can't
every single
believe that
day.
I didn't know.
They know the application by heart.
I
Yeah.
did not know that. This is so amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're so wonderful. The two women who work
I
the
think
SNAP
I might know
program
the
are
Spanish woman,
so
or I think I
Sonia,
met her somewhere at a
Sonia.
meeting or
Yep,
something.
maybe
So important to
Sonia and
have
Rachel, and they're
because
both great. And
wow,
so that's SNAP, but we were talking about the wellness center.
wellness
We haven't even
center.
talked about the cafe yet. Maybe because we're doing food, we'll talk about the cafe first.
But the wellness center is so amazing. First of all, I want people to know, remember, and the good thing about podcasts is that people can look at this recording over and over and over. So me hablo un poquito español, just a little, but I tend to help a lot of Latino people. So I'm hoping to, in the future, have translators. You know what I mean? Because people are connecting with me for some reason. Other nationalities are connecting.
Wonderful. You have important content. That's why.
But the important thing to me is that if I could bridge these gaps, like you're bridging the gap.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect from people going to DSS sometimes.
Right. So, well, sometimes people,
not
it can
because
be
of DSS,
intimidating.
but not just because of DSS, but especially now with things
of course.
in our country the way that they are. I'm going to keep it clean.
Right,
I'm going to leave that alone because that's too much. But there are people that are literally afraid to come out of their houses.
Yes, there are.
And to know that they can go to a safe space, which they definitely consider your place as a safe space, and have applications filled out.
Yes.
And have something documents in Spanish, priceless.
Yeah. And
I love
a
that.
human being to help answer your questions. I think that's the biggest key, because oftentimes in today's world, everything is computerized, automated. Call and you have to talk to a person.
That's right.
Go online, and here you actually have somebody you can look at, you can talk to, you can tell that they care about you.
And you know, when people are afraid that if they walk out of their house or church nowadays, somebody might be there to infringe on their life. These are some of the hardest working people in our communities that should not be stopped from basic living expenses.
You're 100%
So
correct.
to know that they could come right to people's place and get the services that you have and that you're offering is amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going to put the period at that. I want to know about wellness. Because if there
we can skip over the cafe.
No.
Let's talk about the cafe first.
I want to talk about the cafe.
Okay, let's talk about the cafe.
Because I didn't know.
On food.
I did not know about the cafe either.
Yeah, so the cafe is at 777 Broadway, right at the top of Broadway, right at the gateway to Kingston. It's on the other side of our building, so you go in the food pantry on one side and the cafe.
Right.
The building,
Broadway side. There used to be the candy.
Yes, where Michael's Candy Corner is. It's just down from
how you get in the cafe?
No, it's just down a little bit.
Okay.
The big window that says Community Cafe. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Little blue awning that is out over top of that. So the cafe is open for breakfast from 8 until 10, Monday through Friday.
What do you mean it's open?
People can come in and we have breakfast that we serve.
Wait, you're cooking there?
Yeah, it's a cafe. It looks just like
You're kidding
looks
me.
like any kind of restaurant or cafe that you would walk into in Kingston.
I didn't. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space.
Wow.
It's kind of modern, but the tabletops are all are wood that a company that does high-end wood furniture donated
I
to
need to
us.
come for a tour of your
And
place.
yes, you
This is
do. And
incredible.
bars, but we have our chef that is there. His name is
You have
Dennis.
a chef in this
We
place.
have a chef, and he is there from he gets there around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning,
Oh my
because
God.
everything we offer at the community cafe is made from scratch, fresh every day.
What the
So
heck?
breakfast, like today we had
Did you guys
pancakes.
know this? Like, am I the only one that didn't know that this is happening
Well,
at
I don't know.
people's
You're making me
place?
feel like I'm not doing a very good
No, no,
job
no,
because
no.
I
It's
feel
me.
like we're out there all the time
No,
doing
it's
it.
me. It's
But
me.
this just shows like so many people don't know. Um,
Wow.
but so breakfast is a full breakfast. It's not continental breakfast. So he either does, like, say we had pancakes and
He cooks pancakes.
pancakes, eggs, cereal, oatmeal. Yesterday they had waffles. He just makes different things every morning for
People can
breakfast.
walk in this place and eat breakfast.
Yes, and there's no charge attached to it at all. It's all free. If somebody wants to make a donation, they certainly can by all means, but it is all free. And then at
Wow.
11 o'clock, we start serving lunch, and lunch is from 11 until 1. And usually there's a choice of 2 entrees and a soup, and then we have fruits and
You do
snacks and
breakfast
things like
and
that,
lunch.
breakfast and lunch. And then on the last Wednesday of each month, which we're taping on the last Wednesday of each month, so today, we do a specialty dinner. So tonight is Latin Food Wednesday. So we're doing, I believe it's chicken quesadillas, and there's something else she's making, but I don't remember what it is. And that's from
At
5 until
people's place,
6:30.
y'all. Like, I don't
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah, last week it was, yeah.
Wow.
March 19th, we did, it was,
St. Patty's.
well, no, the 17th was St. Patrick's Day, but on the 19th was St. Joseph's Day, which is Father's Day in Italy.
Oh,
So
I
we
love
partnered with
that.
the Ulster County Italian American Foundation,
I
and we
love that.
had a huge Italian lunch and a huge
I
St.
love
Joseph's
Italian
table,
food. Oh
they
my,
call it, which is St. Joseph's table, is a table filled with all kinds of desserts. It was a celebration that started after medieval times,
I remember
after
about
a
St. Joseph.
drought, and
That's
they did a
crazy.
celebration table. So we had that, and that was a huge
Oh, I
success.
bet that was a
So now we're
success.
looking at hopefully doing an Italian evening also. But we do Soul
Can
Food
you shoot me a little
Wednesday.
text when you do that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So we alternate the last Wednesday of each month, Soul Food Wednesday or Latin Food Wednesday, and we might be folding in Italian Wednesday. Um, and
At
that's from
people's
5
place.
at People's Place from 5 to 6:30. And
Every
it's
week you do this.
no, that's the last Wednesday
The
of
last
each month
Wednesday of each month
for
you
the
do this
dinner.
for
But
the dinner.
every week,
You
Monday through
do you
Friday,
do
we do
breakfast and
lunch and
lunch
breakfast. Yeah, breakfast and lunch.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday,
I am
breakfast and
so blown
lunch.
away that you
It's
do that.
and it's so amazing. Like the soups are from scratch every single day. He makes the best coconut curry lentil soup. It's so amazing. But he does different soups, each day, and there'll be different things. And we have different volunteers that help. Um,
This has grown so much. I can't
yeah,
believe that you have an actual when you said cafe, I thought it was just
yeah.
like people could get
No,
cereal
it's
or
beautiful. It's beautiful. There's a table, the chairs are all, it's very nice, I think. It's very nice. And we were gifted a dishwasher, so now we have plates and bowls, not disposable, in silverware. So we just, it's nice. It's
you are
very nice.
so
It's very,
crazy. Like
very nice.
you're the best kind of crazy ever. Because we've talked about farm stand. We've
Farm
talked
stand.
about the food co-op, like a
The food pantry.
food pantry,
Uh-huh.
which is amazing. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
every week, one day I live on Clinton.
Uh-huh.
This lady came by and she was struggling,
Yeah.
and she said, "Can you do me a favor?" And I said, "Sure." And I went and grabbed and helped her. She said, "Can I leave my stuff here for a second and you watch it so nobody takes it? And I have to go get my friend that has a car." And I stood there and watched her stuff on my porch.
That was
She went and
sweet of
got this
you.
car and came back, and I said, "Where'd you get this stuff?" And it was you guys.
Yeah.
I said, "Really?"
But we also have a bounty table out in front every day that we're open. And the
What's a
bounty
bounty?
table is in front of the food pantry, and that is just overflow of food items that we have, and we put those out that way people who maybe have already been to the food pantry twice that month or they don't want to register for the food pantry for whatever reason, can come and take that food off of the table. It's like the blue fridge kind of,
That's awesome.
in that
So do
it's
you
outside.
have commodities like butter? Like, do you do things like that, or what's the food pantry consists of?
So
Like,
it depends on
what
what
you
the
guys get?
food bank has and
Right.
what we buy. A lot of people think we get everything for free, and we don't. We have to
So you
buy it from the
buy
food
from?
bank.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
A lot
So
we
when,
buy. But we do get stuff donated a lot. We
but I
are
didn't
very lucky
know
that we have partnerships with ShopRite in Adams, in Hannaford, that a couple times a week
what
we
kind
get
of stuff would you
food.
get from the grocery
Would
stores.
be things that they're culling off of their shelves that maybe has a lifespan of maybe another day or two. Um, and so but
Great.
it's fine. It's good to eat.
It's
It's just that they
great.
don't want to sell it because you buy it today. If you're buying it in the grocery
You
store, you
won't be
might
able to
want to eat
keep
it
it
for
at
four
home for
days.
a while.
Right. Whereas
That's
if you get at people's
amazing.
place some of the fresh produce, some you might have to eat, that day or the
Right.
next day. But
But
other produce we
still,
get is
the
phenomenal.
savings is
It's incredible.
incredible.
So right now we have eggs and we do have cheeses. It
Wait, you
depends.
have eggs?
We have
Do people
eggs.
know that they have? You do?
We have eggs, yeah. We
I
do.
just paid $7 for eggs because I wouldn't do it for. I was so angry.
Yeah,
I said, I'm not doing it, but I love eggs.
we
And I
have
finally
eggs.
did it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Nina, you lounge yourself out with these eggs. Do you believe we're having this
And I
conversation?
know it's sad, but um, the
You
eggs
do
cost
a
so much money.
lot. I
So
can't believe. So you have like
yeah,
all kinds of food in the
we
pantry.
do. Well, the food pantry has produce, so it has fresh produce. It could be like today I walked by and I saw bananas and onions and
Onions,
pepper.
like
We had
stuff that
peppers.
people.
We had tomatoes. We had greens. We had butternut squash. We had potatoes.
How do you remember all this?
Remember
You are
grapes. We had when
your
we walked
mind
by. Um,
scares me a little bit. Your meticulous mind. You are perfect for this organization.
Thank you. I
No,
do love my job. I
no,
have
they're
to say,
they're
I
they're
do love
blessed
my
to
job.
have you
I
because
do love my job.
you took it from a little nut and made it into this whole center. That's a
I know,
center
but it
right
was
there.
just me. People do, I have a huge support
Leadership is such
system,
an important thing.
and
If
yes.
leadership, like you could have been, some people don't like change.
Yeah,
You're
oh, I
open.
know that.
No, we both know that. You're open to like
You have to be able to change because
look at the world.
society changes,
That's right.
and the needs of society
That's
change.
exactly right.
And so
Wow.
and then in our for our grains, we have oatmeal and cereal, and but also we have bread alone bread, because bread alone donates bread to us twice a week,
You're
and
another
it's like
person that I'm trying to get here on
phenomenal.
Nina's bag, bread alone.
Phenomenal. That's it.
That's a good
It's
thing. I love the connect when
big
organizations
thing.
are
Our
bridging that
soaps,
gap.
and
Soap.
well, because we have a personal care closet, so we will do soap. Sometimes we have shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste. But we have a partnership. They're so wonderful. There's a soap company called Bearsville Soap Company
Wow.
in
Shout out to
Bearsville.
Bearsville
Yeah, amazing. And
Soap
they
Company.
donate. They're very meticulous in their product. That's part of who they are.
That's awesome.
They're online, and so if they cut their soaps, and if it's not exactly the size that they need to be able to sell their soap, they put it aside, and so then they donate it to people's
That is
place.
so
And
awesome.
the bars of soaps, they smell amazing. They're
I can
such
only
phenomenal soap.
imagine.
And if you
If
go
they're that
online,
meticulous,
yeah,
that's
they're
good
like
soap.
people who sell bars of soap that you would imagine, like I don't know what you call it, boutique soaps. If you go online and you can order from them, and their soaps are so worth it. There's like $6 and $7 a bar, I
I
believe.
bet they're
They're
amazing.
amazing soaps, amazing. But they give us their end cuts and things like that.
That's
But they're
so
still great
cool.
sizes.
That's another bridge. This is
So
what
like
I'm
you don't have
so
to buy your
into.
soap if you go. If you go and get 2 bars of soap, because that's what we give when you
Well,
come
it's
through.
so cool that
And the
people.
soap lasts.
How do you make those connections? So like organizations, there's so many people that are in their own silo.
Right.
So
Yeah,
many
it's easy. I
organizations.
feel like I'm in my own silo. Sometimes I say I go in
No,
my
but
little
you're
corner and I
connecting with
never get
people.
out.
No, you're connecting with a
But
lot of anything that's going to help people. You're doing it. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like
yeah,
to have personal care items like soap, and then
it's
to have an
amazing.
organization like this Bear Soap Company
Bearsville Soap
think
Company.
enough
Hmm.
to donate. I think
No, they're
that's really
very
that's
generous.
because of what you're doing. It kind of makes people want to organizations want to help. And if
Yeah.
we have more bridges to these gaps,
Hmm.
like what you're doing, it's gonna people are gonna benefit more.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Right.
love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's great.
You do so much stuff. So we have to go back to wellness
Okay, so we're finally going to get there.
because
We're finally going to get to wellness.
it's not just a one thing, right? Am I
No,
understanding
no.
this correctly?
So the Wellness Empowerment Center offers classes 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And
I should be taking notes.
each
This is
day it
crazy.
changes. All you have to do is go to our website, peoplesplace.org, and click on Wellness Empowerment Center, and the schedule pops right up for the month.
Peoplesplace.org.
And
Go to
all the
schedule.
information that we're talking about this whole time is on
Wow.
our website. And so the Wellness Empowerment Center has its own page. As a matter of fact, so does the Community Cafe. And if you go to our website and click on Community
Your
Cafe,
community
you'll
cafe
see the
has
menu.
Get out of here.
It's got page within our website. Yeah. So you go to peoplesplace.org, you click on Community Cafe, and you will see what our
Good
menu is for
website.
the day. So
Great website.
yeah, we are very, very fortunate. The gentleman who does our website does it,
That's
as
great.
a gift to us.
And you
And
deserve
he's
it.
amazing.
And
He's
you deserve
amazing.
it. I need a website for Nina's bag, so maybe we can.
Yeah, he's
I need
great.
to meet
He's such a
somebody.
great person to work with.
Yeah.
But so we also have a web page, within our website.
For the
We have a
wellness?
page for the Wellness Empowerment Center.
And you said 5 days a week.
It's 5 days a week. We have different classes. Just to give you an idea, last year in 2024, we offered 977 different classes. And
this has been going on?
We've done it for 3 years. The
Oh my
wellness center's been
God.
open.
The
And
wellness center's been open for 3 years, and I
has.
live right down the street, and I don't even know this. I feel really silly.
We have a sign out, a little sandwich board
I feel really
Broadway that
silly.
says Wellness Empowerment
I am so
Center.
busy all the time. People say, Nina, you don't work anymore. Well, I still work.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
of course.
Like, I'm not at the county, but I'm working. I'm in
Yeah.
the streets. Like,
Right,
it's crazy. I don't notice a lot of things that are right here. I'm so
Yeah.
busy
So let
helping
me tell you about the
people.
Wellness Center. So
That's
exciting,
crazy.
Wellness Empowerment Center. So, so 977 classes and
Wow.
workshops last year. And if we factored in based on if you went to it, how much you would have to pay just for like an average price.
For
Like
like
if you were going to do a
another
drop
center.
in for yoga, which we factored at $10, some it's 20, some it's 10, some it depends. We gave out over $125,000 worth of services last year is what that equaled.
So tell me, give me
If people
something
had to pay,
specific.
that's what we would have brought in. That's
So
basically
give
what
me
we're saying.
something
But it's
specific
free.
for one of.
It's free. Doesn't cost a penny to use any of these services. You, of course, can make a donation if you would like to, but you can come and there's no fee attached to any of these. Like tomorrow night, we're having a free movie. We started this free new movie series. It's the second and fourth Thursday of each month at 6:00. And we have homemade popcorn that was actually grown at the Farm Hub, and we pop popcorn at People's Place.
That
in the
must smell
cafe.
so
It's so
good.
It's so good. And tomorrow night, the movie is The Bookshop, which is a 2017 movie about a small town in England where a woman decides she's going to open a bookshop. And it won all kinds of awards, so it's kind of just a nice little thing.
I just can't believe that these classes are not for a price.
It's all free. And the reason for this is we want everybody to come, and we want folks who, like, I don't want to attach a price to something, because if you're struggling already, even though somebody might go, oh, it's only $10, but you know what? $10 is a lot of money to people.
Well, I'm so glad you said that.
That's a lot. And
see,
you know what?
You see what the needs are. You definitely understand the needs.
You should still be able to, learn meditation, go to a yoga class. We do Tai Chi. We have
so you
Qigong.
do yoga, meditation, Tai Chi?
Yeah, Qigong. We have fitness fun for everyone. We have heart moves. We have
what's heart moves? Is it
heart
like
moves? Oh, it's this really
cardio?
Cool class. It's on Wednesday. No, this gentleman, Paul Wiederman, developed this. It looks like a heart. It's this plastic thing, and he developed it. He also did another thing with kettlebells with the Navy a long time ago. But anyway, he developed this heart where it is with each other, like you and I would both have it, and you kind of hold it in each other, and you pull and you push.
So it's interactive.
It's such a great class.
Wow.
But then we also have we have lunch and learns with the Kingston Library. And so you get your lunch, and then you come up and you talk about, what the book is or what the program is for that month.
I love Kingston
that day.
Library.
It's so great.
Margie Bernard, shout out to
great.
Margie.
She's so great.
She's amazing.
And so we have partnership with the Kingston Library.
The
Round
lunch
out
and learn, that sounds
things.
really cool. Like,
It is. It
who's
is.
that for? Like, is it for,
It
is it
changes
age?
each. It changes each. We do it every other month, and it's a different topic every other month.
Awesome.
But it's for anybody that wants to come. Round out
I'm a
Savings
reader.
Bank does.
I'm an avid. I love to read.
Yeah.
Read. I love it.
We do financial education. So we have that.
You do financial literacy?
Yeah, we do.
Where are you doing that?
That's
Oh my
it's in the
God.
wellness center. So you have to go on the website, and I'm gonna have to look this up.
I
I don't know if
cannot
I have
believe.
cell service here.
So wait, the fact that you do finance, see now I'm
And we
thinking
also
all these
have
things.
holistic health night the first Wednesday of each month. You know how we had the food the
What's
last Wednesday of
holistic
each month.
health? Give me
That's in collaboration with the holistic health community out of Stone Ridge. And we have different modalities that are offered from 3 to 7. And you
modalities
can
such
sign up,
as
such as it
car-
could be reflexology, it could be acupuncture, it could be cupping, like so many
not
different
acupuncture. It's
holistic.
bad.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, and that's free
you're
as
blowing
well.
my mind.
Um,
You are blowing my mind.
and
I can't believe that
that's I
all
don't know if
these
I
things.
have. I should
I'm
have
gonna
brought my
go on your
calendar.
website.
Peoplesplace.org.
And
And
to anybody out there that's listening, you have to go on this website because all these things that I'm saying I don't know are available
that's
to
right, they're
you, to
all
the
available.
community. And
Mhm.
that's what this is about. To know that Christine Hein has not one program in this wellness center,
Yeah, you
multiple. You got to
click
look at
on
the
the
site.
wellness and power. It's probably not going to load.
This is
It's not
so
going to load.
crazy.
But if you go, our whole
And it's again, your website is
peoplesplace.org.
peoplesplace.org. Simple.
And like
Simple enough.
tonight, we have movement and mindfulness. So we have a class
Wednesday.
that's happening at 4:30,
Tell
and
me
then
what
another
that would be
class
like.
that
What
happens
movement
at
in
5:15.
Tell me, give me a
Um,
little bit about the
you know
movement.
what? I'm always working, so I
I
don't.
know, but it sounds so interesting.
But if you go, it tells a description of
Of
what it
course,
is.
tonight and tomorrow night, I have something
Yeah,
both nights
it
because I
tells a
love the movie
description.
thing, but I really want
Then
to
we have
check out the
in the
library
morning,
thing.
we 2 days we have early yoga at like 8:15, sound bath yoga with Lenny Bass, Lenny Topper. He is amazing.
What is that? What
We
is?
just have sound bath yoga. They have like this cool, fun music playing in the background.
Wow, the
Doing
relaxation.
yoga and
Oh, I want
help
to
you get
try
go.
that.
We have yoga almost every single day. You know who helps us with yoga, and they have since we opened the yoga house. They're right next door, and they're still donating. Having their instructors come
There's a
and teach a
little
yoga
cutie
class
pie
for
named
free, even though they.
This is how I heard about. There's a little cutie
They're
pie
so
named
amazing. They're such a great.
Sienna that I think does yoga
Uh-huh. They
affiliate.
have a few different. They have
She's
multiple different
Sienna.
instructors.
Sienna's amazing.
But they're,
Sienna Van Dyke.
and we've had some people who take the class and then they realize they really like it, and they do have the means to go
Go to yoga
somewhere,
house.
and then so then they
Oh,
go
right.
to different places to take the class. We have another one, uh, a Maya Fascia class where
Maya Fascia.
she Michelle teaches how to like you stretch out the fascia that's over your muscles to help you. We do that once a month. It's so many
I
classes.
never even heard of that.
Yeah, so
Maya
many
Fascia.
classes.
Holy
And
cow.
workshops, and we have herbal circle. And the other thing we do is
What's herbal circle?
we offer free vitamins.
You're kidding me.
No, so at the wellness center we have a vitamin counter, and we offer
How big is this plate?
we just got probiotics. So if you go, you can get a free
That's
bottle
awesome.
of probiotics.
That's really awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot happening.
You
But
are
it's good. It's good stuff.
amazing.
And you know what I love? This is actual what I've heard people say that, we've had a few people too that really were just teetering the edge, and they feel like they have a place to belong now. Now they come and they
And it's
help
right
out
in
a
the
lot,
community.
and they come right where they're like, I mean, on the edge. And it
It's
gives people some place to ground themselves. And I think that even if you only helped one person like that, it's so worth it.
well, you are
How do you
not
put a
helping
price on
one
that?
person. You are
Yeah.
helping multitudes of people. And
Yeah,
this wellness center is just a new, like, I can't believe that this place has been there for 3 years and
Yeah.
it's right down the street from me. I remember at one point I was like, wow, I should get rid of my membership because I really can't afford it, but I need to, and I'm not using it, but this is
Right.
so motivating.
Yeah.
And you have stuff like acupuncture and,
That is on the holistic health evening.
but
So you have to sign up
the
for
fact
that.
that you
Yeah.
have holistic health
Mm-hmm.
in addition to basics like
Then we just had a bean class. Like, how how do you cook with beans? And we had that, a couple of weeks ago. So we do different cooking, nutrition classes. We have two students from the
You're doing
culinary.
nutrition classes too?
Yeah, we have two students from the culinary that are doing an internship, and they're doing little videos for us right now, and we're going to be posting those on our website. So, like how to make a smoothie. We have a smoothie bar. So, smoothie bar starts up again tomorrow
Are
on
you,
Thursday
can you
mornings.
believe this? Like, wait, so you
Smoothie
have,
bars every Thursday morning now will be starting as of
I love
tomorrow.
the two culinary
Yeah.
interns.
So they came, they're wrapping it up, but they're making little videos, and we're going to have them on our website. They did one how to make veggie broth. Another one's how to cut up a chicken. They had a few different ones, and
I
so
like
we'll be
it.
putting those on our
I like it.
cafe
There's so
page.
many, this is a puzzle now, I see.
Yeah, it is.
This is a huge puzzle and there's so many pieces to it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you give out vitamins.
Yes,
Do you know how many people don't take vitamins?
I do. And
That's
they're expensive,
where did
and
you
they
come
are
up with that?
expensive.
How did you come up with that?
um, because the food bank had vitamins. And so I ordered them, see what they were. And they came in, and we're like, oh, these are amazing. And so we decided that we would put them in the
They're
Wellness
not like
Empowerment
name
Center.
brand like Nature's
They
Bounty or
are.
anything.
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Like in
Nothing
a
should
lot of the bottles,
surprise
we
me.
Googled them, and like, some of them cost like $35-$40 a
But
bottle.
vitamins are very
Um,
expensive.
yeah, the
I
probiotics are
remember,
expensive.
oh heck yeah, they are. I
And
remember thinking I need to get
we have
this, but I need to
ashwagandha is how you say it. Like it's a herb you can take to kind of help you kind of chill a little bit
ground.
as you get ready to go to
Right,
bed. Some
relaxation.
melatonin, that kind of
I
thing. So we
love
get all
natural
different kind of things.
things.
Yes.
I love natural
And so
things like
it
that.
folds into the Wellness Empowerment Center,
It
and
goes
that's
right
why
with
we
it.
have it there.
Your mind, that
Yeah.
meticulous spot. I can't even tell you how excited I am about People's Place now
Thank
that
you.
I know about I didn't even expect it to be this much. I'm gonna be honest with you. I figured you were gonna tell me about like I kind of just heard about the wellness center, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't think it would be as broad as it is.
We could talk for an hour just on the Wellness Center. Never had Fatima here. She's just as amazing.
That's
So,
crazy good.
yeah.
I'm so tell Fatima I'm coming to meet her.
Yeah, she's just beautiful.
I can't
Yeah.
even, I'm just so excited about this. And all of the people, like I have a thing about, do you have young people that come and utilize any of the services that you have?
Yeah,
Or
I
is it
mean, it's
only mostly people that are old enough that know? And I'm not just talking about the wellness center, but like there's a lot of young people right now that are getting their first apartments.
right. And so those are the folks that really should be utilizing us that probably don't know about
I
us. Like
want to
we have
be
a Instagram page, which I don't know what the current social media platform is that
everything,
younger people use other
everything. They
than
do
Instagram. We
everything.
have Facebook, we have Instagram. I know Facebook is older,
Yeah.
but
But the connecting,
they should be using it because they could get great deals in the thrift store.
I'm going
And
to do a shout out for People's Place. I
yeah,
just need you to know that on my Facebook and on my other platforms that I barely use because I'm too busy.
right,
But just in case somebody that I know
yeah.
or that knows me sees something that they didn't know
Right, but
was
they have the
available.
chance. Go meet your friends and go eat at the cafe. And
I
you
can't
don't have to
believe it.
pay anything. If you want to donate $1, then you donate $1.
This is so
It's whatever
incredible.
you want to do.
I
Take
did
a
not know that
class.
this
They're
was
so amazing.
something that was available in this community. It seems unreal. It's such a good thing that it seems unreal.
No, it's
Seriously.
all there. But that is why when we have fundraisers, we need the community to participate.
I
Because
agree.
even though we give everything away for free, it's not free.
No,
We have to raise
especially with the
money.
expenses that you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
have with
you
that
have
building.
to raise money to pay
Right.
for the programming. I am so proud to say that all of the classes at the Wellness Empowerment Center, every single instructor volunteers their time, and they're all instructors that have credentials. It was
Amazing.
not like me who just might watch like two videos on something and say, "Oh, I can teach that class." No, they're all
Amazing.
people who have the eyes
Wow.
behind what they're doing.
And
Um,
when you do your fundraiser, please reach out to me, get stuff to me. We've always connected like
yeah.
that. Please,
Well, you have
because
supported us.
yeah, but
We have, yeah,
I want to do so I want to connect. I want to be the bridge. You're
sure,
already the bridge, but I want to be
yeah,
the bridge because you're offering a lot of good stuff that
yeah,
people actually need.
yes,
This is not
yeah,
just wants, but these are needs
right,
that people can't accomplish.
right,
You know what I mean? And to know that there's a place in Kingston from a beautiful person like you running it, like,
Sweet.
no,
Yeah.
I'm serious. You have been. I remember years ago saying, "Wow, Christine Hein does a lot at People's Place," but never in a million years did I know that were doing all of this.
It is a little self-consuming.
It has to be. When I heard about the wellness center, I'm like, wait, wellness center? Yoga? They do yoga at like. That's what made me think like I need to get in touch with her. I'm just so happy that
So
you
many
came
great
and gave the
classes.
time like you did and were specific and gave details. What do you have? Do you ever find that with People's Place that somebody says, how do I, first of all, I just want to go back to one thing. The fact that you have two women that are there that help people fill out applications for
Yeah,
other
it's great.
services from other agencies,
Mhm.
that is priceless.
Yeah.
That is so
I think that
priceless.
partnership is the key to just the community coming together. You have to have collaborations. You have
Bridging
to have
gaps
partnership.
and
We give a
collaborating.
lot of food to other organizations in Kingston. Like we give food to Yasmin Towers and Governor Clinton and
Do you?
CCE and
Awesome.
a couple other food pantries that we kind of help provide a little bit more than what they have access to.
This is so
A
cool
lot of
to
after
know.
school programming.
And see,
Um,
these are the things that people don't know.
right,
These are
right,
those
yeah,
extra things that you probably just do,
correct. Right.
but people should know that you're doing that because I see that table at CCE and people get out of their car for that table at
Yeah,
CCE
that's
because
great. That's good.
as
That's
much
important.
as well known as People's Place is,
Hmm.
it just scares me to think that there's people like me that are naive to the fact I don't inquire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's what happens. People get, up in their life and get going. And so that's what's great
But there are
about,
people that have needs that are scraping the bottom,
and
going
this
to the store,
shouldn't be,
giving their
honestly,
last.
in Ulster County, nobody should be hungry because there are a lot of different feeding programs. Ulster Corps is an organization in Ulster County who has made a map of all the food pantries in Ulster County. We have that map on our website, but you could also go to Ulster Corps. I think it's ulstercorps.org, um, and find that map also.
But you are doing the work so much so because I witness it.
Yeah,
I
thank
see
you.
people in the neighborhood coming with bags from People's
Yeah,
Place.
yeah.
But besides food and clothing, because I have a friend that shops at your
The
shop, your
thrift store
place.
is amazing. Heidi
She
O'Hara,
shops on a regular at your
yeah.
place.
Well, Heidi oversees our thrift store and um, all retail that we do. She's the director
Good
of
stuff
retail
though.
operations. Amazing things. It's curated beautifully. We've actually had people go, "Oh, you
Oh,
don't have
that's
to be
so
too
cool.
fancy." I'm like,
No, I
people
love
deserve to
that.
have respect.
I love
And
that. You make people want happy about what they're doing.
correct. Well, there's multitude of people who come into People's Place to shop, whether it be some people come because they can only afford to come into People's Place to shop. They just can't afford even, stores like Walmart.
Everything's gone up,
Some people come in because of our free clothing program.
right?
Some people come in because they believe in not buying anything new, to repurpose and reuse because, the earth is kind of in danger.
I think that that's
Um,
beautiful.
and then there's other people who come in who go, I'm going to get good bargain. I'm a
I
bargain
I
hunter.
can't believe it.
And it's so, but every one of those people deserves to have a pleasant, good shopping
This is what I love about
experience.
you because you know,
Everybody's equal.
yeah,
Everybody has to
but
be
everybody
treated.
doesn't think like that. And I think the fact that you have
Well, maybe
taken
if we all started thinking that way, the world would be a little better.
that's right. You've taken a commodity that was here, but you made it like a staple that is not just acceptable, but people need it. People need
Yeah.
it, and
I want people to
you
feel good
and you've even
about their
taken you.
experience.
There are people that work, like you mentioned before. Some
Mhm.
people do work two jobs that need to be able to shop in your place
Yeah.
because that's how they're making ends meet. I think that's just
But
amazing.
we have volunteers, our volunteers, I'm like, buy stuff if, they have to buy it out on the floor. They can't get it from the back before anybody else. They have to, we
It's
have a policy
seems
that it
fair,
has to be out on the sales
makes
floor
sense,
first. And, if it's still there at the end of the day or the
right?
next day you come in, you can get it. But I want people to purchase the things if they're volunteering at People's Place because I want them to go out and go, oh, I love your blouse. That's so beautiful. I got it at People's Place. What do you mean? I can shop.
People tell me that all the
Yes,
time, and
yes.
That's
because
why
they
I'm
are
like, you did
supporting.
not.
And when the volunteers are at the counter and they're cashing out, I hear them over and over. They're saying, "Thank you for supporting our programming." Because when you make a purchase at People's Place in the thrift store or in the holiday
So
corner,
intelligent.
you are helping support all of these programs, whether it be funding the actual program or helping us pay the Central Hudson bills. Like our bills are
No, they
astronomical
have
because
to
the
be.
building
They have to
committee.
be because mine are astronomical, and you have a huge space there. So
They
to
are.
know that, like, you're touching so many facets of the community needs in that one place. I'm so proud of what you're doing. Seriously.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough for coming. I want to know if there's anything else that you'd like to talk about because
Talk about.
I'm
I
trying to
think,
think. You do so
just
many
go to
things.
our website, peoplesplace.org, and you can learn about
Peoplesplace.org.
it. If you're looking to volunteer after you listening to the podcast and you're thinking, wow, I really want to help
I
our
would
community,
definitely love to
uh,
volunteer.
please, go to the website. We have a volunteer form there. You can fill that out. If you don't like to do tech stuff, you can come into People's Place, 17 St. James Street, and ask for a volunteer form. We need volunteers. We need volunteers, especially in the
That's very
thrift
good to
store.
know.
Very, very important. But it's great community. I
It really
ran
is.
out today to pick up something quick for lunch, and when I went in, I stopped at Deach Stadium Diner. Love them. And by the way, Lenny, who is one of the owners there, is our board president right now. She is amazing.
Oh,
She's
shout out to you,
amazing,
Lenny.
amazing.
One of my
Um,
son's favorite places to
yeah,
eat,
it's
by the
mine too.
way.
I went in, and our whole group of volunteers that was volunteering today, when the food pantry were all there, they all went out to lunch together.
I love
So
it.
when you volunteer, you get to make
That's
new
that's
friends,
a
and
this is
it's
how we
so
make
important.
community.
Yeah.
This
And these
so
are all people who might not have known each other if they didn't come to People's Place to volunteer.
well, there's
You
so
make new
many
friends.
positive outcomes from what you've explained and educated not just me, all the viewers about what People's Place does for the community.
Mhm.
And you are bridging so many different gaps, like to have a wellness center at your place that's comfortable for people to go to. There are
Yeah.
some people that don't want to go to gyms because they feel like they're too played up. You
Right.
might
Yeah.
have
No,
a
this is
comfortable
very low
space that
key.
people
It's
are like, I'm going to go. I
It just has
just,
good energy
I
there.
love it.
People, every time people come see, I love this room. It's so great. It has great energy. It has these big windows that face
I
Broadway.
have to come up there and see.
It's beautiful.
I'm going to
And
definitely
it's so
come and
that's what I was
visit.
gonna say. If you're interested in learning more about People's Place, please give us a call. You can get a tour. I have amazing staff. Shahara Dasi, Shahara,
Love
she's
her.
amazing.
Shout out to
She is
Shahara.
like a
She's a
great
doll.
core Emily. We just have a
You have
wonderful
good
staff.
people there,
Great staff.
period.
Great
I,
people.
I
Great
saw
people.
a couple of pictures with Shahara and some of the volunteers that you had, or either maybe it was your interns.
Uh-huh.
Adorable
Yes.
pictures. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's such a good pull. That's a very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
good pull. I'm going to, I'm hoping that in the future, I'm working on something. My hope is to be able to get people, or young people is what my focus is, to be able to do work in different facilities, different places. And if I can work this out,
Yeah.
I want to be able to pay the students or
Oh,
young
okay.
people to work in these places.
Yeah.
So it will
That's
be
a
a
great thing.
volunteer for you, but they will get
But
payment for it,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
it gives
That's a
them job
great.
experience in volunteering.
It's not just volunteering. I think when you volunteer, especially if you're a younger person, they learn different skill sets. So say you're volunteering in the thrift store,
Exactly.
then you can go work at like a Target or a clothing store.
You're giving
If
them
you
skills.
volunteer in the food pantry, you can go look at good job at a grocery store. If you volunteer at the wellness center, we are looking for some volunteers for the wellness center. That would be kind of
The
a
benefit
greeter and stuff. Yeah,
the
there's so much
benefit
stuff
to
you learn.
that
In a
is that,
cafe, you learn about working in a
but
restaurant.
there's a comfort zone. Like you would encourage somebody young that's never worked, or it's their
Yeah.
first job, or somebody that's worked and had bad experiences. The comfort that people are, the safety of People's Place is going to
And the
encourage.
volunteers are so nice that you
Yeah, I
volunteer
bet.
with. They're
I
so
bet.
great.
That's so nice. I
It's sweet to see some of the younger people who come. Like it's Wednesday night, so we'll have volunteers there. We open in a little while. We'll have volunteers, and it's some high school students in there with some of the seniors, and it's kind of like like their adopted grandparent.
oh,
It's
I love
great.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a really good thing too,
Hmm.
because you do have a lot of seniors that
We do.
come to People's
Yeah.
Place. Forever and a day, I've always thought that there is a wealth of knowledge from seniors.
So amazing. The lives that people have
A
lived are
wealth of
just
knowledge.
they blow your way.
If any
Yeah.
young person that is even encouraged to spend time with an elderly person, or that has that learns this from working or
Yeah.
volunteering at people's place is such a benefit to them because you're instilling a very, very good thing in them at a young age.
Right.
I'm so
And
happy.
and my seniors love volunteering with younger people because they like to hear what they're talking about and what their life is like and what they want to do. And
That's so cute
yeah,
that
no,
the
it's
seniors
amazing.
like
It's
it. You
amazing.
know,
Yeah, I've
that's
seen some wonderful friendships develop
adorable.
from the volunteers.
I
Yeah.
think seniors are so cute. I have a beautiful lady that's also going to be honored at my event, which I thought about having you honored, but we're going to get you next year.
Okay.
No, because
I don't know.
you are doing amazing things, and
I do have to just repeat, it's not me. It is a
well,
whole group of people. I have a great
again,
staff and a good board
and I'm
and
glad that
great
you do.
volunteers.
I'm
Oh, I
glad that you
do.
do,
They're
and I'm glad that you're
amazing.
recognizing the support that you have. But leadership is a game changer. It's a game changer.
Thank you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much for coming
Oh,
on.
thank you for asking because like if anything, you learned more about people's place.
Not just me, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I am so blown away that I live that close to people's place, and I did not know
Yeah.
that you were doing all these things. I heard about the yoga, and I'm like, what do you mean yoga?
Yeah.
So imagine, I'm hoping that I can encourage more people, especially young people, volunteer. If you haven't
Yeah.
ever
That's so
experienced
important.
volunteering, this beautiful lady here is a great person to link up with. It's going to give you job skills. Please,
It just makes you feel good
it does.
afterwards. It
And
makes you
plus
feel
you get to
good. You're
check
helping
out
people.
the things that People's Place is offering. Just by volunteering, you're going to learn about
Correct.
all of these things and
Hmm.
how it works.
Yeah, yeah, and I do hope that young people, people in their 20s that are just starting out, and it is a struggle, especially
It
around
is.
here with the housing market, just everything,
I'm
that they
thinking
can
of
come and
people.
use people's place, use us to
Yes,
get clothing or housewares, and use us to
I can think of
take
people.
classes and go to the movie for free,
I can think of
and
people. I was just
come
helping a little
eat.
girl yesterday, a little Spanish girl that was supposed to take her driver's test. I went to take her. She didn't have anyone to take her there. And she told me, me and my boyfriend just moved in and, we're just getting our apartment together.
Yeah,
I'm going to call her, text her.
yes,
Texting
yes,
is how
that's
I connect with
right.
young people. And I'm going to say, listen, you need to go check out People's Place.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You're amazing.
great things. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank you for
coming.
doing this.
No, I appreciate you and keep doing what you're, if there's anything that I can ever help you with, if I am able to do this program that I want to do, I will definitely bring young people to help you.
All right. That sounds
Thank
awesome.
you. And please, if when you do your fundraiser, please let me know because I
Okay.
definitely want to come and I want to shout it out
All right.
on the podcast.
Okay.
Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Sounds fabulous. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Continue to watch Nina's Bag. Today was very interesting. We learned a lot of community things that are available right at our fingertips because of
Yeah.
Chris